Today is January 23rd, 2020, and the last video I put on showed a rolling chassis, and of course right now you can see that it's not a rolling chassis. Transmission is out. Transmission is out because I filled it with trans oil and found a few leaks. Oil was coming out of places it shouldn't have, so transmission came out and time to start again. So at this point, side covers and axle tube covers all cleaned up. Oil's been taken care of. I don't know if there is anything that smells worse in this world than transmission oil. Hot transmission oil. I don't know what it is, but I'm glad that the garage smells better right now. I'm showing you these parts because it's kind of important. To me, maybe some of it's more important, but it's all important. It's a 67 transmission, of course. It's, to my knowledge, it's never been apart before. And I kind of took shortcuts when I built the car. The transmission was in such good shape, all I did was put axle seals on it, cleaned it up, gave it a paint job, and called her new. But the oil leaks taught me better. Murphy got me, and away we go. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that all the pieces for the transmission are in as-new condition. So I saved the seal cluster for the axle tubes. I saved the O-ring, the O-rings. What I found were the things I found are kind of interesting. I don't know if you can see it in the video. I'll turn it slowly so you can kind of tell. The O-rings are flat spotted, flat on the top, and they're flat on the inside, so they're compressed. And when they're compressed like that, they don't seal up very good. The gaskets look pretty good, but the sealing surfaces, especially the side cover, the sealing surfaces look terrible. There's a lot of corrosion on them. I did some cleaning on this, but there's still corrosion. It needs to be cleaned up. Not sanding it down, but just cleaning all the corrosion off, and some fine sandpaper to smooth out the surface and get it ready for the gasket cluster. The inside is what's very interesting. These side covers were leaking for no reason. I torqued the side covers, but it didn't make a difference. I wanted to show you this interesting part. Let me put this up here so I can demonstrate. It's upside down right now, and this is the sealing surface. And if you look carefully, you'll see that at all the mounting holes, it's nice and silver, but in between the mounting holes it's gray. See, they didn't use seals on this surface. They didn't use gaskets on this surface. And I think what's going on here is just over time there was a bit of warpage between the bolts, between the studs, and enough to let oil through. So a bad seal, which is riding a surface inside of here, this surface in here, that O-ring I showed you is flat, and this area that might be separated a little bit, you can see here, it's also gray. So this is shrunk, this is raised, so they don't seal as like they're supposed to. That's my theory. I kind of came across this when when I see the gasket kit that comes with it. It gives you a seal or a gasket for this surface, and I was kind of hesitant at first to use that because it'll raise the side cover a little bit and cause a little bit more clearance. Say you have a tenth of a millimeter thickness on that gasket on each side. It lets the ring and pinion not mesh reciprocally like they're supposed to. Anyway, I'm going to use those gaskets. They make sense now, so I'll spread a little bit of silicone on them, very thin layer of silicone both sides of the gasket. Put the gasket in when I assemble the side covers and differential. So, I think I've covered everything. When I get to assembly, I have a few tricks there that I want to show you, and I'll talk about them as we go. I hope I've covered everything here of interest, and I'll be back.